Ladies and gentlemen, now back in October, we maxed out the 5-star version of Namor, and in that video, I was like, bro, there is no way we're ever going to get the 6-star Awakened, and even if we do in the next year, like, how am I going to find the signature stones? But then Cyber Weekend came around, and we awakened Namor from a crystal, and there were loads of 6-star signature stones via the bundles, and also the Cyber Monday cash as well, and here we are today, boys, with a 6-star rank 2 signature 200 fully maxed out Namor. So in the future, man, I really hope we can get this guy to rank 3, because playing around with him today has just reminded me why I love Namor so much, and I really do need to play this champion a fair bit more. So some of the advantages the 6-star has in comparison to the maxed out 5-star is roughly about 10% more stats on the attack and also health, so you know that impacts the regeneration as well. But one of the big advantages with the 6-star is the adrenaline mechanic. So if we take damage, we can heal back 30% of that, so that just adds even more regeneration on top of the regeneration that he has already. So Namor, he's just a beast, man. He's so tanky. He's got a really good level of survivability with his awakened ability as well to reflect damage. I'm going to show a couple of cool matchups where that's very useful, but also like unboosted against Winter Soldier without the suicide masteries. You can see here we've got over 20,000 power index, and it just feels amazing, man. Looking at that, the 6-star awakened Namor, there's such a feeling of satisfaction there that I've spent far too much money and time playing this clown fiesta of a mobile video game. But here we've ramped up to the special 3 just by beating into Winter Soldier. We're very close to getting 30 stacks of outrage and triggering Imperious Rex, and then we do that with a double medium combo, so we can go straight into another special 3. Coming out of the special 3, we have 600% bonus damage on the Fury, but also I wanted to just opt for 2 Furies here. You can go for 3, as you're going to see in some matchups, but look at this 5 combo straight into a special 2. 75k, 75k, 150k there. I go for a cheeky heavy to try and get another special 2. It really wasn't needed, man. It was way too much overkill there, so I made a little bit of a mistake. But can we take a moment to appreciate that damage unboosted without suicide masteries, lads? So let's run it back here. We go for the special 2, 75k, 75k, 150,000. That is over 300,000 damage on a special 2. It's just immense, absolutely immense. So, you know, this is one of the reasons why in the top 10 champions of 2019 video, I said I really like Namor, man. I think he was my number 4 or number 5. He was definitely top 5, but I think he really does suffer from that Proxima Midnight Syndrome of having like too much damage for the content in this game currently, because Winter Soldier just drops so quickly. But also one of the problems in bigger stuff like Labyrinth of Legends is that wonderful damage cap. Again, if we were in Labyrinth there, that damage on the special 2 would have only been 150,000, which for all the ramp up time that you need, is a little bit gutting. It really takes away a lot from Namor in Labyrinth. You can get through Labyrinth for Namor, but he's not really an ideal champion to go for, because again, the damage cap just takes away so much of his damage output. But if that wasn't in place, I think we'd be seeing a lot more Namor Labyrinth gameplay runs knocking about, because yeah, he's just an absolute beast. And I think with like suicide masteries and full boost, you actually might be able to get up to like maybe a 500,000, 500,000 special 2, and then maybe fire, you know, one off that as well, man, for another like 300k under the right RNG. But again, all of that damage is just so gimped in Labyrinth of Legends. So this is why I'm really hoping the Abyss of Legends doesn't have a damage cap, because I think then we can see some like really good stuff out of Namor. But also in this video, we're just going to be beating down all sorts of opponents in 6.3. So this is a 300k health Moon Knight. You can see a very nice 91k crit to end off that fight there. For like most stuff in Act 6.3, you don't even need like 2 Furies, man, let alone 3. Like 1 Fury, a couple of special 2s, and most opponents are just absolutely ruined. But one thing I like about Namor, you know, once you play this champion more and more, there's definitely a level of flexibility as to what you can do in terms of your specials. You can do like 3 special 3s, you can do like, you know, 1 special 3, a few special 2s. Like there's a lot of variety in terms of how you want to layer Namor up, depending on the matchup and also what you're up against. So yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fun to play about with. But here we have an increased power gain Gambit. So we're just trying to keep this guy under control, build build up our Imperious Rex, just keep on dodging those special 2s, and he's playing very, very aggressively here, which especially on like 200% power gain, man, it's what we like to see, boys. It's certainly what we like to see. So here I'm just trying to desperately build up to that special 3 just before I naturally trigger Imperious Rex. Unfortunately, we didn't get the special 3, completely wasted that power. So sometimes it doesn't line up, but even in a matchup like this where you've got like a 300,000 Gambit, like still look at Namor's ability to just end a matchup like this, even with wasting a 300% Fury and a special 3 and going straight into Imperious Rex. You know, we can still 5 combos straight into a special 2, get a really nice crit off that, 74k, then straight into a medium special 1, and that man is he's down. He's absolutely slaughtered. So he's got damage for days, just does the job. So a massive thank you to all the enablers for keeping the crystal openings going over the summer and initially getting that 6-star version of Namor, because I think we got him on the final round of, I believe it was Namor and Invisible Woman crystals. It was literally like the very final round out of one of the final crystals. So if you guys hadn't have smashed that like button and got me that far over the summer, then we would not have the 6-star Awakened Sig 200 Namor today. So I'm eternally grateful for all the crazy champions that, thanks to your like button smashes, I've managed to acquire this year. And yeah, Namor is he's just a treat to play, man, and we are just gonna have so many great uses for this champion in the future. King Groot, very oddly, is one of my favorite matchups for Namor as well, because if the opponent can't bleed, you get guaranteed outrage on every single medium, so it just allows you to get outrage like really, really fast. Like champions like Korg, King Groot, Colossus are just really easy to build up to Imperious Rex, and it just ties in very nicely. Most of the time with getting your special 3, you're at like 28, 29 stacks, then you can just go in for another combo straight into another special 3 here. So the damage lineup, this man's fate is sealed at this point. All we need is a nice opportunity to throw in a special 2 now, and he's done for, man. He's absolutely done for. And you initially might not think that King Groot is going to be a good Namor matchup, but he works out really, really well. But also Korg, for the exact same reasons, is just an amazing matchup to take down with Namor, because if champions aren't robots but are bleed immune, then again, you're gaining outrage so fast. Now, next up, I just wanted to show like a really cool node that I found for Namor, where you can kind of play around this node using the right timing on Imperious Rex. So this is a stun immune Kingpin on a plagued mine node, so every 20 seconds our power is being drained. So we can't, you know, build up to the special 3 and get that one there. Here, I should have fired off a special 1, but I totally forgot that this was the node initially, and then like my power drains, and I'm like, oh no, I've got this node, man. Maybe Namor's going to be really rubbish here. And then I'm like, hang on, if I can time my Imperious Rex right after the power drains, then I can go to 3 bars of power, get my special 3, use a special 2, and just end this fight. So I thought that was like a really cool interaction and a way to play around this node. So here we got 20 stacks of outrage, and now I'm kind of just like trying to time it well, so that as soon as the timer resets, we're going to be able to go into Imperious Rex. So now I'm like, you know, passively I'm gaining stacks of outrage every 3 seconds. You know, it looks about right, man. I just need to not attack into Kingpin, just kind of stand about, just keep on like dancing around this man. But then the power is drained, we bait out a heavy attack, retaliate with a combo straight into a special 3 there. So this is going to give us the 300% fury needed to get the mega damage off Namor. And then because the plague mine node has just triggered, we don't need to worry about it pretty much for the rest of the fight. So, you know, I never really considered this as a way to play around that node, maybe in certain scenarios where you want a bit more damage output. And I'm not saying Namor is always going to be the best champion for this node, but I just thought it was a pretty cool interaction and something that I initially didn't consider. But yeah, it just works out really, really nicely. As you can see, we had just enough burst there to get Kingpin down. So overall, a really successful matchup against Kingpin there. But next up, I wanted to showcase Namor versus a very stacked version of Mephisto, because again, it's probably one of those matchups that you don't consider Namor to be really good for, but with that awakened ability, like whenever he's attacking into the opponent, he's reflecting any of the damage he's taken. So generally, if you stick to 4 combos on Namor and then like dash back, you're pretty safe for not taking any Aura of Incineration damage. It's sometimes if you commit to that 5 combo or go for the parry, again, because you're lingering in his presence for a little bit longer, then sometimes you're going to get chipped away like a little bit here and there. But also, the lower Namor's health goes, the more regeneration you can access whenever you fire off your special attacks as well. So, you know, he has ways to also recover some of the health that he's lost. But you really don't start to see some of the big regeneration and survivability potential that Namor does have until you get this champion quite low. So whenever you're fighting Mephisto as well with Namor, I always find it's best to go for your special 3 as soon as possible, just because you can't like double special 3 and then immediately burst him down with a special 2, because as soon as he hits 30%, he's got that like little phase where he's going to become immune for a few seconds and then regenerate based on the amount of souls that he has currently. So we're going for the special 3 just to get that fury ramp up so we can start burning this man down to 30%. But like, you know, even after that, man, we still got Enquiries Rex, we've still got all of the additional damage there as well, so we are not, you know, in any way in trouble. But that fury, you can see there's some very nice damage, just over 10k on the mediums. We're getting almost 7k crits on the light attack, and also the bleed really starts doing some work once you got the fury active as well. And then we go straight in for another special 2 and finish off Mephisto. So that was a pretty tight little matchup there. If you want another special 3, you could have gone for that as well, but you know, if you still got the fury active, a special 2 is pretty much enough to get like that last 30% off even some of the beefiest Mephistos in the game. And then moving on to the next matchup, I wanted to try him versus Colossus, because again, very much like King Groot, this is a nice matchup because you've got guaranteed outrage on every single medium, so it's just very easy and very straightforward to build up Enquiries Rex. However, the only problem with Colossus, as you might see if you've paid very close attention to the numbers, is this man does have a lot of armor and thus doesn't take much damage off our regular hits and also crits as well in comparison to some other champions. So the damage is greatly reduced in the Colossus matchup. This man is an absolute tank after his buff. In this matchup, we're looking for a really big special 2 to take this man down, because again, he has about 300,000 hit points here, so he's certainly not light work at all. We go for a parry here, straight into a special 3. We've just naturally gone up to 29 stacks of outrage as well. So yeah, special 3 and then like another couple of medium attacks. I think we just commit to like another double medium combo straight after this to instantly get back into our special 3 again. So we fire that one off. That was about 15,000 damage there. We nail the perfect bonus as well. It's just like playing Namor so much, especially as a 5 or 6 star champion, you know, you're using that special 3 a crazy amount, so getting that perfect damage bonus is something you get more and more used to. That special 3 deals just over 25,000 damage straight into a medium. Then special 2, we're stunning Colossus now, get a stun off the final one, so straight in heavy attack, straight into another special 2, we get a crit off that. So out of all of those, we only got 2 out of 6 crits on the special 2, but we still managed to get him down in that burst window, so you know, it was a pretty good performance. Then finally, we've got the aggression Rhino matchup here. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section below, is there any gameplay that you would like to see from 6-star rank 2 Namor? I think we're going to be taking this dude very shortly into Alliance War, because occasionally I do play my 5-star, but I also need to get a little bit more confident playing Namor and figuring out what to do in like certain Alliance War scenarios. So yeah, I'm keen for some more gameplay, especially now that we've got this 6-star rank 2 powerhouse. But yeah, just let me know in the comments section if there is any gameplay you would like to see out of the 6-star rank 2 powerhouse. So against this Rhino, we're having a pretty easy time baiting the specials, man. It's going really, really nicely. However, I did realize there is a little bit of potential awkwardness when trying to like get the special 3s and special 2s back to back, because obviously it puts you at a distance, and Rhino does sometimes have the unblockable charge. But luckily, I think we did get a little bit lucky on this one, man, and we didn't really have to deal with that as a big problem. So coming out of this first special 3, we get the parry straight into a smaller combo, straight into another special 3 here. So we're about to get that mega damage and fire off that Namor wombo combo to send this man to an early grave. But yeah, this is just so satisfying, man, because this Rhino is just absolutely stacked as well. And again, he's a champion with a little bit more resistance than the average character. One thing I love as well is just charging into the opponent's block with that unblockable special 2 and just tearing them apart, man. It feels so good. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's Namor gameplay video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. But aside from that, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.